Well, one of the things that I liked about the film was that I thought it was shot really well. The shots sort of kind of all worked together, and I liked the fact that sort of there was different effects on each shot, but they didn't seem like they were just put on there for the sake of being put on there. It seemed like they actually worked with sort of the theme of the video, and it kind of helped to enhance the shots rather than just sort of playing about.
I really liked the way that the tone of the video reflected the tone of the song, and it was quite dark but also playful, and that was again reflected in the effects and also the style of the video.
I like the fact that there was lots of P's in there, and by P's I mean G's, I mean T's, I mean the dollar.
From beginning to end I thought it was good. I mean everything that he did in the video went well with the lyrics. The way he was acting was perfect, and the characters he had in there acted well as well. I mean the shots he used, there were a couple of shots which I enjoyed. He added the shake effect to it as well when it was cut into different scenes. I think that worked well. And other angles like close-ups, mid-shots, they all worked well as well. Like close-up of the money. Obviously, it's trying to show wealth, so you can pretty much understand the video.
I didn't like the fact that there was a lack of girls in the video, just because there was a lot of references made towards birds, and obviously I like birds.
I think the song sort of came to a bit of an abrupt end with the kind of the scratch in the end. I mean, it could have like maybe sort of faded out slowly or something, or gone on for a bit more, because it feels like you're just getting into the video and it kind of cuts out.
I think like the narrative it was really good and effective up until like about just after halfway through the video, when it sort of started to get quite repetitive with similar styles of shot and not going much further.
I thought the costumes could have been improved a bit. I mean, there were a couple of people. Well, Henry, as the main protagonist, he was in his tracksuit bottoms. I know it's supposed to show like a rap and grime video, but I think the costumes could have been changed. Because if you see rap and grime videos nowadays, they're not really all or most of the time wearing tracksuit bottoms. So that could have been improved.
Well, one of the things that I liked about the magazine cover was that it looked quite stylised, like the whole sort of graphics of it, the aesthetic of it. It's kind of quite smoothed out. I think that kind of works quite well. Kind of gives it a cartoony look, but it works rather than just sort of seeming a bit childish. It kind of matches with the song, the music video.
I really liked the digipack because although it was very simple, it was very bold, and it kind of, as a statement, it reflected the song, and also it looked really nice and effective with a wording across the cigarette.
I like the fact that in the smoke coming off of the cigarette that there is writing of tap, tap, tap. That is very creative. I thoroughly enjoyed that.
I'm looking at the digipack on here. I think it's worked well. Obviously the music's called Tap Tap Tap, and you could tell it's going to be something about smoking from the digipack itself. But I mean, looking at the overall layout of the digipack, I think it's worked well. He's used, from looking at this, he's used suitable fonts, and looking at them all, they've worked well. In terms of the magazine cover, I do like the magazine cover. The only thing I can see that might need a bit of improving, or could improve on, is maybe the Dirtman font. I mean, I think it looks okay, it looks well, but when I look at the whole magazine from distance, I think the Dirtman font could be changed. Maybe a more grimy style font could be used.
I think for the most part it did sort of, adhere to the codes and conventions of the genre. It had like the sort of the violent overtones in the lyrics. It had the money and the alcohol and the sort of splashing the cash. The only thing it was really missing out on is sort of the idea of girls and that kind of stuff. That was kind of in the lyrics, but it wasn't really in the video.
Yeah, I pretty much agree with that. I think it really managed to effectively portray the attitude of the rap scene and genre, and it did that through the wealth and the violence and stuff like that. And again, I agree with no lack of girls.
It was good the fact that all of the black featured in the video, as it is a connotation of crime. Also, I like the fact that there was a lot of money involved because that symbolises wealth and is also quite representative of the grime genre.
The dark colours go well. Obviously, he's used different camera shots, and the camera shots he has used, they've worked well with the video. I think the video was great overall. But I mean, what he has used in general, overall, and the whole video from beginning to end, it very much suits the grime style of video, of a music video. So I think it was a job well done.
Well, the only thing I really sort of noticed was the fact that at the end it sort of seemed quite abrupt, just sort of cutting out. And I think that kind of, you know, takes away from the edit a bit because it just kind of cuts out in the middle of it.
Yeah, my only issue with it really was that the editing was quite repetitive, and that's it really.
I think that's one thing he could have done. Added varied sceneries maybe. Maybe I know it was in the dark from looking at it, but you could have added another location to it, I reckon.
I didn't like the fact that some of the shots looked like they were there just to fill the video up. I feel like if everything was more concentrated on it, would have been much more of an impact to the viewer.
I definitely think that they sort of, go hand in hand with one another. They sort of contribute to creating a bigger image overall. Kind of they relate to each other, and you can kind of see what you're trying to achieve by having, the digipack in relation to the video, because they kind of all have the same themes over them.
Yeah, I agree with that, and I also think that the digipack, although it doesn't contain the kind of more iconic Dirt Man image of the face, it still relates to it with the cigarette, and it's still in the same tone. It's just something different, and that works quite well to diversify but still be united.
The 3D effects of the face on the inside contents of the digipack were very representative of the genre. It gave a sort of scary visual effect to the whole digipack, and that was good. I like that.
From looking at his ancillary task and the video, he has shot the video in a dark scene, and everything that's created on the ancillary task is dark. So I think the use of the darkness suggests rap and grime, and obviously grime. When you hear grime, you feel dark.